Why, hello, hello, welcome, welcome. So glad to have you here. Yes, this is Peyton 3.0. So today we have a couple of stories, folks. Okay, we have a couple of stories. So sit back, relax. We got Grimes and Elon Musk secretly had a second baby in December 2021, baby. Okay. We got Drizo, or Drezzo, if you're saying that's wrong, launches new record label for artists who are looking for a home but have nowhere to fit in. Okay? And the last story of the day is Kilobyte Media accused of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars in royalties from artists. This is Peyton 3.0 EDM World News. Take it away. Yes. All right, folks. All right. Yes. Boop. Did you miss me? It's time to get right on into it. So, Peyton 3.0, the EDM and drum set vocalist Zombie Supreme. Yes, that is it. That is me. Let's get into the story, okay? So, the first story, like I said, is Elon Musk and Grimes' secret baby. Woo. In 2021. Do we need some more light in here? Hold on, hold on. Hold the phone at 25 cents. We're going to move you over here for a moment. Boop. Okay. We're going to move this over here for the moment. Boop. We're going to move this over here for a moment. And put some more light on this face. Okay. Up. Up. You know, I forget it. I ain't getting nothing doing all that. It's unplugged. I ain't got time. You can see me just fine. Anyway, let's get to the festivities. Shall we? What is this over here? We don't need that. We don't need it. Alright, so Grimes and Elon Musk secretly had a second baby in December 2021, baby. Oh, cool. So the name isn't quite as strange as their first child, okay? But still strange. Well, come first of all, comment below if you even knew that Elon Musk and Grimes were together. Do you even know who Elon Musk is? You probably do. Okay. Comment below if you think Elon Musk and Grimes is a strange pairing and why. Um. Anyway, so it comes to light that Grimes and Elon Musk secretly had another child, and the name isn't quite as strange as their first baby, but still strange, okay? In an exclusive interview with Vanity Fair, Grimes revealed that she gave birth to a new daughter in December 2021. Born via surrogate, her name is Extra Dark, okay? Extra Dark. Extra Dark, okay? Um, Cyril Musk. Let's go back over that one more time. Her name is Extra Dark. Cyril, whatever. Musk. Okay. A nickname Y. Okay. Grimes also said that her and Tesla CEO, the Tesla CEO, plan on having more children, folks. So they had the one baby. I didn't even know they had a first child, right? I'm thinking they were just together. They've been doing the thing for a while, but they have a first child. And they now have a second child, and they want more children. So these people are really trying to make this permanent together. Right? They really in this to win. Hey, and I can't knock them, right? Um, I can't knock them. Absolutely not. You may knock them, but I ain't gonna knock them, okay? Look, she's bagging her one. He's bagging him a young old. He's bagging him a young, sexy thing. Um, and she's playing her cards right. Because remember, a man doesn't necessarily need a woman, right? But a woman does need a man, and she doesn't need just any man. She needs a great producer man, producing man. Well, I mean, a producer, I mean, somebody who is really running things, making their own money, not just working for a 9 to 5 at the bottom of the heap. No disrespect to anybody. I work at a 9 to 5 right now, right? But I'm not necessarily a producer yet. Well, I ain't making no money right now. But honey, I'm setting this business up right, and I will make some money. But anyway, I'm gay anyway, so this doesn't pertain to me. I'm just a byproduct of the success of the human race. Anyway, because I ain't gonna have no kids. Ain't got no plan to have no kids, ain't adopting no kids, ain't doing it, okay? Sorry. I like my freedom, whatever freedom I still got left in this damn country. I don't want no kids. I don't want no dependents. None of that. Anyway, a woman needs a not just any man, not a buster, not somebody working at the bottom of the look. This is the harsh reality of life. She needs a producer man. Okay, especially if she has a bagged one and tagged one by the age of 30, right? 30 and out. Women start to get into trouble, right? So Miss Grimes, she's still nice and young, but she's obviously going up there in age, and she gonna bag one and tag her. She got a great producer man, in her bag, and she need to keep him. This is a great producer, man. She need to keep him, and make sure that she stays married. They stay married. They work things out. They work through whatever problems they got. Cause let me tell you something. I'm not saying she won't find anybody else, as good as Elon Musk, but Elon Musk is obviously one of a kind. He's a special type of producer that you just can't fuck it up. Forgive my language, YouTube, which I don't really care anyway. But anyway, let's get back to it. We've always wanted at least 3 or 4, she said. Grimes and Musk, who separated in September 2021, aren't technically together. Hold on, back it up. Grimes and Musk, who separated in September 2021, aren't technically together. Okay? At this time, but the former considers the latter her partner. We're best friends, she says. She told IF, we see each other all the time. We just have our own thing going on, and I don't expect other people to understand it, she says. We just need to be free. Hold on. Hold the phone. Look, listen. Listen. I need to take a drink of water on that one. You see, it's one thing to be in a relationship and it's just you and the other person. But you made a deep commitment. And what was that commitment? The commitment was having children. Now, I'm not sure if they're still married, if they're not married. I don't know. But the point is, if you get separated and you got these children, you guys should really be a power couple together. I mean, separated, you could be doing your own thing. You guys, your own careers, you're doing your own thing. But, I don't know, separated is kind of funny. We got these kids in play. I know there's pretty heterosexual couples that are separated. They got these kids and they make it work the best they can. But these are two special people. These are not your average Joe and Jill of the world, right? So, I don't know. I find that kind of strange. Comment below what you think. Anyway, why is there a second child after XAEA12? Honey, what's with these names? What's with these names? Huh? Nickname Ash. That's appropriate because everybody can say Ash or Ash. But honey, that name, I don't know. I don't know about that name, honey. What the heck is that doing? Anyway, whose name baffles fans? It baffles me. Okay? Baffles me. Anyway, thankfully Grimes tweeted about Ash and explained what the name meant. Alright, I want to know, Miss Grimes, what does it mean? X, the unknown variable. It's a AE, my 11 spelling of AI, love, and or artificial intelligence. And A-12 equals precursor to SR-17, our favorite aircraft, she says. No weapons, no defenses, just speed. Great in battle, but non-violent. Plus A, or Angel, my favorite song, Metal Rat. Okay. I mean, I love the explanation. We both know why Grimes and Elon Musk make sense. They're in kind of the same headspace in a lot of ways. So they work, right? But, I mean, the names is still a... comment below what you think about both those names for their children. Do you like those names? Why do you like those names? Or do you think that they're absolutely ridiculous? Anyway, the two had troubles registering Ash's name in California because state law maintains that symbols and numbers cannot be used in a legal name. I actually didn't know that. Not that I would have even thought about it, because most people don't name their children after symbols and numbers and things like that. But, you know, carry on. Okay? Grimes and Musk's new baby is one of many topics she discussed in sweeping interviews. She also talked about her music and how it's described, as well as artificial intelligence, okay? Grimes done inspired concept album, Giddy Grimes, trolling the media and more, okay? Yes. Yeah, so that was the first story. And I don't know. Even though we are obviously a nice, weird little bunch of a community ourselves, some things just puzzle. You know what I mean? Some things just puzzle. But anyway, I don't know, they have another baby together, they separated. There's too many things going on here for me to wrap my big head around. But hey, good, whatever for them, good for them, Hopefully the children and them have a great life. How they decide to do it. Anyway, let's move on to this next story. Dreezo launches new record label for artists who are looking for a home but have nowhere to fit in. Okay, what's going on with this? I ain't got time for that. Anyway, Dreezo also released Omens Records' first track, a collaboration with Dead MC called Villain. And look, I'm an EDM artist myself, vocalist, all of that. Independent, by the way. Independent, no label. I own my label. Anyway, but there's a lot of people that come up in this EDM game that I just can't keep up with, honey. They popping up left and right. I'm just like, who? What? Huh? When? Where? Right? Anyway, Dressel has announced his new label venture, Omen Records, and released his first song. The track titled Villains is a collaboration with Dread MC and pays homage to Dressel's classic dark sound. An eerie bass line pulses throughout the arrangement as Dread MC's vocals pair effortlessly with the industrial elements of Dressel's production, highlighted by a pumping mid-tempo drop. Okay, Dressel has been quite. Can I play it real quick? Is it? Hold on. Give me a moment. Give me a moment, and let's see if we can play it real quick. Just a little piece of it. I'm a villain to the beast. I'm a villain to the beast. I'm a villain to the beast. Okay. I'm a villain to the beast. I'm a villain to the beast. I'm a villain too to the beast.
I'm a villain to the beast, never let it cease. Broken lies and I just need a piece. I speak my mind, don't hold it back. I'm a real one and that's a known fact. I'm a villain to the beast.
Alright, I can't go into too much more because you know YouTube. Most of the time I don't really care about the copyrights because I don't focus on making money from YouTube. AdSense and all that other crap don't matter to me. If you really study your stuff, you know how to make money up other places and not just relying on this, which is not my main gig anyway. This is just a part of my ecosystem as an artist, and I enjoy doing this. Anyway, so that was a little piece of that. You can find the rest of that on Spotify, and I may review that in my series on here called Turn Up or Burn Up. Turn Up or Burn Up, check that out. It's a music review series of new EDM music. Okay? Anyway, Dressel has been quiet the past few years, but he's primed to make up for lost time. I forgot. Forgive me. Forgive me today. Anyway. I gotta turn back on the music. He's trying to make up for lost time with the launch of Omen's Records. Okay? He says, I wanted to create a new imprint for the budding darker electronic arts who are looking for a home, but had nowhere to really fit in. Drezzo told EDM.com. I observed, sorry about that a lot of labels nowadays are more enticed by streams than building their signage brands and profiles. And a lot of acts end up getting lost in the shuffle, which of course is very true these days. You know, the music business has been scrupulous. At one point, the music business was about the talent. But that quickly changed because at the end of the day, it is a capitalist business looking for money. So they're gonna look for every penny they can squeeze out of an artist. The artist is the last to get paid. And a lot of artists are barely paid anything that are basically screwed up or struggling. While there are other artists who are doing really well and making great money, right? So on these labels, so it's a really effed up situation a lot of times, which is the reason why I truly do not want it done to a label. I want to stay independent. That means I have to sacrifice some of the goals that I used to want in order to be independent and just be here building my own thing and, you know, having control of of my thing, you know, of my art and all that stuff in business, and learning more and more and more and more about business and what it takes to do all this and what's really going on. Because being an artist is not a fairy tale land. You know, you gotta know what's really going on behind the scenes. A lot of artists suffer behind the scenes. So And with this new thing, because the music business had to change over when streaming came into play and took over record selling and all that stuff, they had to pull some really kind of shady moves to control artists and get money in other ways when it comes to digital streams and all that other stuff, like the 360 deals. We'll get into that. We'll get into that another time. Okay. Anyway, it's nice to be back releasing music. He says, haven't put out much the last few years, but I'm looking forward to making up for it. Appreciate you guys still here. Shout out to my team. Shout out to Omen's Records. He says, shout out to the future. Okay. So Drezzo found a void within the digital music era, stating that the labels don't develop artists, and they don't. They've already been developing artists for years. They want you to come prepackaged, fresh, already out, have a following together, all of that before they even touch you these days. Artist development then died somewhere in the 90s, honey, maybe early 2000s. You already have to come develop before they make an investment in you. Anyway, for the most part, in their brands, like they did before streaming, because the primary medium for listening to music, the goal for Omen's Records, he said, is to grow artists like labels did decades ago, which is great. Because that's like walking to an interview and you may not have the experience, but your personality says, yes, like I want to train you. I know you'd be great at this if I trained you. And that's how it should be in the music industry, right? We need to go back to that. Taking great potential, people with a lot of drive and ambition, who are superstars, you can see the vision, and taking them and training them up, and putting them out, and they go out there and they start killing, right? Anyway, so my goal, Drezzo continued. My goal is to really nurture every act I bring on, to help the brand and profile of each and grow together with a family mentality like how many labels did before streaming became their norm. This word family, we really have to be careful when it comes to work environments. I mean, I know that he really means the word family, but you'll hear the word thrown around corporate America somewhere. Restaurants use the word family. Newsflash, if you're in a place or working in a 9-to-5 job where they're saying we're family here. Yes, we work 16 hours a day. No, do not buy. These are not your family. These are your co-workers. That's your boss, right? And a lot of times these families at these jobs, at these labels, are could be very abusive and taking advantage, because at the end of the day, it is a capitalist corporate business system that cares about itself before it cares about your little employee. The employee and the artist are a lot alike in a lot of ways. Although the unfortunate part for many artists is that the employees are better off than most artists. You know, ain't that a bitch? Anyway. So no, most places you're working at, they're not your family. They'll just use that word. And I think it's pretty effed up for them to try to use the word family like that so loosely when it has nothing to do with family. So if you're thinking that these people are your family, you're thinking, oh, I thought we were family. No, this is a business. You need to treat it like such for most of these people, and protect yourself in those ways. Be ready to make moves when necessary. But anyway, let's continue. So my goal, Drezzo, continue is to really nurture. Okay, we already told that. Okay. Drezzo tell us that fans can expect a lot of new music from him, as well as a number of his favorite artists who he has discovered over the past couple of years. Okay. Yes. So that's that story. I really hope he succeeds in doing it and really deviating from the regular business model that a lot of labels in a lot of genres, no matter if it's R&B, pop, even EDM, ain't nobody that different. They all playing that. Most people are playing that same game. These major labels, and the artist is getting fucked over. Yeah, artists is getting fucked over. So anyway, yes. Let's get to this last story, which is going to be Kilobyte Media accused of stealing hundreds of thousands in royalties from artists. Kilobyte's founder has vanished from the social media since the negligence was exposed by a music producer who claims the label scammed over 150 artists. Like I said, which is common again, these labels be screwing artists left and right. It's not a new thing. But let's continue. Which is once again, I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it again every time this comes up in a story, a media, or wherever. It's one of the reasons that I am not signed to a label. In order for me to be signed to a label, right? They would have to meet my terms. They had to compromise with me, right? I'm not gonna be signing a regular old deal because I'm too knowledgeable. See, they like fresh, young, unexperienced, don't know nothing about business or law or legalities kind of artists. They like to take those who take advantage of them. They don't like people who are educated artists, which is not a lot of people, who know what they're talking about when they walk into a room, they know how to negotiate, do all that. They don't like this kind of artists, okay? And really, they really sign those kind of artists, right? They like those fresh, dumb. That's how they view these artists who don't know nothing. They're just artists. They just like art. They want to be they want to be a star. They want to do music. They love music. But that's all these artists are focused on. They don't know anything about the business and the background or legalities and laws. Nothing. How to collect royalties and all that other stuff, and how to really get paid and own the masters. They don't. Most of these artists, these label besides, don't know nothing about that. Okay, and that's how they get over and they killing. But the artist is screwed over again. Anyway, Kilobyte Media is a popular electronic music record label. Has been accused of pocketing hundreds of thousands in unpaid royalties owed to artists. The allegations arose after Kilobyte songs abruptly vanished from digital service providers like Spotify and Apple Music, as well as a purge of all music on the label's verified SoundCloud page, okay? Electronic artist Daniel Sanchez, who produces music under the moniker Paper Skies, was first to come forward, taking to Twitter to claim that over 150 artists have had their royalties stolen. Like I said again, this is a common practice in the music industry at large. Okay? At large. And it has been happening for many, many decades and years. But let's continue. Okay? So Sanchez says that royalties have been remitted by an individual who was eventually forced out by Kenny Sam. The DJ alleges that Kenny is not the proprietor's real name, but a pseudonym used to scam artists. All social media accounts managed by Kenny have apparently been deleted by Sanchez, and a spat of his dance music contemporaries come forward with allegations of negligence. Okay, in an attempt to contact Kenny Sam, we found no legal connections to any registered businesses, education, or social media besides deleted accounts after my post went public. Sanchez told EDM.com in an email statement, adding that Kenny has served communication channels with Kilobyte's artists. Eventually, some personal connections of Kenny reached out revealing his legal name and information. But hold on now, she's getting deep today. But we would like to keep this info disclosed to avoid any harassment. Okay? The pseudonym Kenny Sam was used on all artist contracts and holds no legal grounds. Okay? Let's take a break for a moment and just breathe for a minute with that. take in one. Yes, that was a lot. That was a lot to sip on. Inhale in. You know what I'm talking about. And marinate on. Okay. But let's continue with this fuckery and foolishness. According to Sanchez, Kenny also used a bot to deceptively spell televised music in lieu of promoting organic growth. He would allegedly start with a boost of 150,000 plays within the first 2 weeks of a song release, artificially inflating the music's popularity. Hold on. Hold on. You know, my camera somehow turned itself off, so I'm frozen in time, but that's okay, folks. We're going to still keep it going, okay? Just so before, I'm gonna turn this camera off real quick. Hold on. Boop. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to it. The show must go on. All right. Anyway, artificially inflating the music popularity in order to cut deals. It's the recording's rolling. Anyway, in order to cut deals with promoters and influencers who thought they were investing in a future hit. Sanchez points to the streaming numbers of a single he released via Kilobyte called Comments. Okay, I trusted Kenny. Kenny had calls where we would laugh, share music, become his friend, and send him comment with faith. He could make it a special release. Sanchez tweeted at the time, I was 16, and it was my all-time favorite creation I spent months on, he says. Okay? If you see the majority of your plays on Spotify are coming from clickbait playlists, which is very common if you are spending money in the wrong place on the internet because you don't know deep enough about your marketing. So you get these click farms from Pakistan and Afghanistan and all that bullshit. Then, honey, you're kind of out in a way. Suspect something shady is happening. If you aren't being paid for your releases, put on the pressure, Sanchez said. If you're comfortable with bots pushing your music, know another hard-working artist just had their spotlight revoked. Don't be a victim to the industry's cons, turning your music into money-making products. We need more genuine people running the scene if we want to see it grow. Honesty needs to be the strongest policy, but you know it ain't in this shady, crooked, corrupt music industry, which is why I stay out of that bitch. And when I was never discovered by anybody before, I got the knowledge that I got today, because now I can have the power thanks to the internet to take the power in my own hands. If you are an artist, this is a warning to new artists that are producing music, trying to get on in the industry, whatever, watching this right now. Do not be so desperate for the kind of thing you see us Skrillex having, Excision, Zomboy, Zed, we can go down the list. Avicii, because Avicii, like I said, Avicii's death was, I believe, based on the research I've done, was mainly due to the pressures of that industry, and him not really having the freedom to really do as he wishes. He probably kind of felt trapped. And that's how a lot of artists feel, because they're signed to these contracts, and now they're these slaves to these record labels. Anyway, Paper Skies and the other artists involved are currently determining their next steps. Sanchez tells us they've begun to serve termination notices in hopes of seizing the rights to their music and retain the royalties accrued from future streams. My main goal through uniting the artists, Sanchez said, has been to help everyone get their rights back, not to seek any sort of vengeance. Paper Skies had outlined the details of Killer Bite debacle in a Twitter thread, which you can read in full on Paper Skies' Twitter. Okay, and he says my song comment was removed on streaming platforms, and I'm still owed thousands in unpaid royalties. Turns out I'm not the only one getting screwed by Killer Bite Media. Right? Right? But that was that's the end of that particular story. And yes, comment below what you thought about what's happening with these artists and what's happening for decades when it comes to their money. Because before you sign any contract, they're going to promise you the world. They're going to promise you big festival stages. They're going to promise you big budget music videos. They're going to promise you this and that. And this they're going to promise you the world. That's how these labels have always done it. They're going to promise you the world. And you will sign the contract. You will not have gotten your own lawyer because you probably can't even afford your own lawyer, and they know it. Or they're going to try to push the label's lawyer onto you because they know how gullible you are, right? Especially when you're younger. You haven't done your research. And you're going to be miserably trapped in a contract where you're barely making any money to feed your own mouth, let alone maybe the kids you might have or your family, or can't buy your own car, house, really, all that kind of stuff. Okay, it's happening to these artists again. So think before you sign that contract. And even though independent is harder and it's not for everybody, so I don't recommend independent rock for everybody because it's a lot of work. And it's a long game. Just think before you sign these contracts, please. I beg of all the artists out there. Think before you sign those contracts. Do not be so desperate out here in this capitalist game, because they will have you desperate as hell, and you'll regret your decision to sign those contracts, and then you'll be screwed over if you don't know what you're playing with or what you're doing. A record deal is nothing to celebrate if it is not done right and you had no knowledge of, or even a hand in the writing of the contracts in the deal. Okay? So, thank you so much for being here today. This has been Peyton 3.0, the EDM and drum set vocalist Zombie Supreme. Check out my social medias. Check out a few of my older musics. I'm trying to drop this EP soon, so hopefully you'll get on the email list. Let me go ahead and put my social medias up for you. We got YouTube number one. Ignore that social media because it's going to become YouTube number 2 merged together. So sessionslive.com is a platform you can come on and see me do live songs. It's by the founder of Pandora. See me do live songs on there. Also, you can request your favorite song or whatever you want me to hear me sing and do. We have a great time on there together live. Get 3 free unreleased songs at the bit.ly link. My website is Peyton30.com. I own that website. That's my digital real estate there. SoundCloud.com, that's Peyton30. Instagram.com/Peyton3_0 Facebook Zombotron Community, which is my Facebook page, /Peyton30. TikTok at Peyton3_0. And of course the YouTube here. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that if you enjoyed and whatnot. If you're not a regular person, and you're new here, thank you so much for coming and staying to the very end. I hope to make more enjoyable videos for you in the future. This is me signing off, and you have a great day, night, or whatever time it is that you're watching this, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye. Take it away.